Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to reply to the speech from the throne. And thank you. And embark upon my maiden speech as a first-time elected member of the Assembly for the constituency of Calgary Varsity. Firstly, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Premier. I'd like to thank her for her leadership, passion, honesty, and care for this province. It is her strength and trustworthiness that Albertans voted for when they elected the NDP to form a majority government. I was elected in a historic sweep in which the people of Alberta voted en masse for dramatic change after 44 years of the same governing political party. I'm still so proud and amazed of what Albertans accomplished when they rallied together on May 5th to effect change. It proved to generations of Albertans that voting actually means something and democratic participation is worthwhile. I'm proud to be part of a dynamic and diverse caucus. I'm proud that our government was the first in the country to have a gender-balanced cabinet and near gender-balanced caucus. I'm also proud that Albertans elected the first openly homosexual MLAs in the province's history in our government. Our caucus and government brought in a ministry responsible for the status of women, which had not existed for the past 20 years. As recently as 2009, a prior member of this Assembly and then governing party was recorded to have said that if women want equal, they can find it in little packages at Starbucks. Not on our watch, Mr. Speaker. On our watch, women will be represented and will represent the people of this province. I'd also like to thank the people of Calgary Varsity, my neighbours, for electing me and trusting me to be their representative in the Legislative Assembly of Alberta. Being given the trust of the electorate is perhaps one of the most humbling experiences any citizen can have. I was born in Calgary at the Holy Cross Hospital, but raised in Edmonton when my parents unfortunately decided to move to the colder city to the north. When my parents divorced, my father returned to Calgary, and so I came to know two homes and two cities. I obtained my first degree, a Bachelor of Arts from Concordia University College of Alberta in Edmonton, where I met my husband. We then moved to the fairer city to the south, Calgary. This was a more difficult transition for my husband, a self-identified Oilers fan, but easier for me, a Stance fan. It was in Calgary, at the University of Calgary, that I obtained my law degree. Through my studies, I had the opportunity to learn much about our justice system. I worked in provincial prosecutions and then in criminal defense. I then began a career in family law, practicing mostly in the area of high-conflict parenting litigation. Through my time in practice, I helped many people at their worst, and this sparked a burgeoning desire to help folks on a much larger scale through the law and legislation. Being an independent kind of person, I started my own law practice. I hung my own shingles so that I could pursue the areas of law I felt most passionate about, and so that I could represent many clients pro bono and without the imposition of the billable hour. I experienced the trials of starting and running my own business in a profession that is still dominated by men. I grew this business into a partnership with another young female lawyer and two employees. Starting my own business gave me a keen understanding of small business entrepreneurship. Starting and running this business was one of the most trying things I had ever done, and yet one of the most rewarding. After the floods of 2013, in which my own home was flooded, my husband and I sought higher ground. As two young professionals, we were looking for a neighborhood where we could grow roots. We wanted a home that was affordable, but not on the outskirts of the city. No, we wanted a place where we could become involved in our community, where we could raise our family, close to schools and off-leash dog parks, yet still home to the many urban conveniences and amenities to which we had been accustomed while living downtown. We moved to Calgary Varsity. Calgary Varsity encompasses the communities of Varsity, Dalhousie, Brentwood, Banff Trail, University Heights, Montgomery, and parts of Charleswood, which is part of the Triwood community. All communities with proud, active, long-standing, and successful community association representation. While Calgary Varsity once represented the outskirts of the city, the suburban northwest, Calgary Varsity is now very much an urban constituency, which successfully retains its family and community-centered focus. How is it that in our fast-moving society, an urban area can maintain its sense of community? I attribute Calgary Varsity's ability to maintain its sense of neighborhood, family, and community to its strong community associations, to its many public schools, its scenic parks where the community gathers, and the many community organizations that call Varsity home. I would be remiss if I failed to mention the very families that inhabit Calgary Varsity, new and young, and the many seniors who raise their families in Calgary's Northwest. Our seniors in Varsity maintain our community and our sense of neighborhood and family. Our seniors in Varsity are vibrant and active. They're strong advocates for our constituency and our province. Our seniors have witnessed where we have been, where we are, and have a strong sense of what will take us boldly into the future. The bedrock of our province, the information keepers and wisdom givers, our seniors in Calgary Varsity keep us a family and community-centered constituency in the midst of whirlwind urbanization and development. There is no avoiding development. The residents of Calgary Varsity know this well. Varsity is being thrust into an ever-increasing urban future, but its community-minded residents have created an environment that attracts new families and makes Varsity the kind of place where people grow their roots well into their golden years. Calgary Varsity is truly blessed to be named in recognition of such a world-class post-secondary institution, the University of Calgary. The University of Calgary celebrates its 50th anniversary this year. A young university that punches well above its weight. It is the heart of my constituency. Many of Varsity's residents work at, go to school at, or have a degree from the University of Calgary. Varsity constituents, I believe, are unique from all others. Rarely do they arrive at our constituency office looking for assistance, but rather to assist. Passionate about the environment, disability issues, education, and seniors' concerns, Varsity constituents will take the time from their busy workdays to educate my staff and advocate for positive change in our province and our community. I am increasingly thankful to represent the constituency of Calgary Varsity, and above all, to call it home. I know my family, including my husband Shane, my newborn son Patrick, and our two dogs, Moki and Shakespeare, couldn't agree more. Thank you.